You're listening to the RMTV podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RMTV podcast on your Sunday afternoon. Geordie, how you going, mate?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. It was a nice little relaxing afternoon.
Relaxing Sunday. Watched the All-Stars game, the Maori and the Indigenous.
Yeah. Draws are fun, aren't they?
It was a draw. We tucked ourselves in. And look, I think it was a good idea having over in New Zealand at Hamilton. Good crowd. They went pretty hard. I felt like by the back end they looked pretty gassed. Either team could get that winning try at the end or field goal, but
the Indigenous didn't even try for one when Nico was set up for it. So
yeah, they fucked it, didn't they? But yeah, that was 16-all. Yep. I think pretty solid game. Footy's on the horizon, and I was saying to you before that if we backed our Chooks, Blake Steep and Connor Watson.
How about the Indigenous Roosters? Yeah. Watson, Steep. Steep's first touch, and he just hits that hole and straight over. It's beautiful.
It was good, but to be fair, Fisher Harris, he played a good game.
I reckon he played like 70 minutes or something. I'd have to have a look, but he just seemed to be on the whole time. No. Interesting that he played lock, though.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think just get a run under your belt All-Stars game, play whoever you want.
Yeah, but it was kind of good to see him ball play a bit.
Mate,
to be honest, I would have liked to see him kick the field goal. He might have done better than Docker Clay.
I remember when he was playing at Penrith. I remember he kicked one day and he actually had a decent boot to him.
Man can kick it. Look at the size of him, though. He's got a lot behind him.
But yeah, speaking of Penrith, they got their stadium coming along.
Yeah, it'll get there
slowly. Getting done, but yeah, what do you think? You think it's wise that they're keeping the hills?
I like what they're trying to do. They're trying to... to me, it'll be the Newcastle vibe. Yeah. Have the hill at either end, and then have the your family hill, and then have your grandstand. I think it's important.
Yeah, it's and also up at Newey, the Chooks had a bit of a hit out on the park, 46-26.
Yeah,
against the Tigers, and I think
it's trials.
I think it's trials. I think Robbo and the boys, they don't really just get the boys out there, get the legs moving.
Look at last year. We lost to both the Knights and Dragons by a fair chunk, and believe me, the Knights and Dragons did not perform when it came to the season.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like the teams that we're going to get grand final tickets now. These teams winning in the trials, and they bottom out and finish in the bottom four. So,
although I will say, if you're a Dragons fan, you probably are reading a lot into last night. The game against South Reserve grade team.
That was a bit of background noise for me. The Charity Shield, and huge crowd at Wynn Stadium, but I think credit to Souths. They didn't have many starters playing, and they just got the win over the Saints, who had a lot of first graders in. They're trying to get the
that from what I looked at, and what a couple of people actually went to the game said was like that's what they would have expected the Vegas team to be pretty much.
God, that's dire.
That's pretty sad, but
Doggies fans will be licking their lips about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Gutho? I saw he got interviewed after the game, and I think some journalist said, who you most forward to watching in Vegas? And he goes, probably myself, all the bright lights of Vegas. Of course King Gutho would say that, wouldn't he?
You know what? The bloke will probably go down the strip, find himself a crown from pawnbroker or something, just to wear around and wear to the game. He'd be that guy, I reckon. Yeah,
and what do you think the odds are paying for there to be a bit of an off-field scandal at Vegas?
Oh, $1. Yeah, there's going to be something. You look at last year. Last year wasn't much. It was two blokes beating each other with an inflatable baseball bat.
Yeah, the Raiders won.
Yeah.
The year before was the Spencer and Ezra.
Yeah, but that was on-field, to be fair. That was on-field.
It could have spilled on the off-field in the hotel.
As Spencer said, he knows where my hotel is. We're staying at the same hotel. Come sort it out. I don't think Ezra would have played at all if he did try and sort it out with Spencer. I think Spencer had him covered, but
it's Vegas should be good. I think 2 weeks now.
2 weeks, yeah.
Closing
1st of March.
Yeah.
1st of March.
And some other off-field things happening. The Lomax, I don't think he'll be playing at all in round 1. Who knows for the season, because that's continuing to deepen with Melbourne, the NRL, and Parramatta. But I think they're holding themselves here.
They are. Now, to clarify, these are allegedly leaked court documents, but some of them make sense. Obviously, the text message saga now that...
that was something, wasn't it?
Yeah, Storm CEO Justin Rodsky texting Andrew Abdo going, "Hi, Andrew, not getting anywhere at this point. Can you apply the blowtorch on Parramatta to get this done?" Like, that's a bit of a dick move, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't sit right with me.
It just seemed... Yeah, it's like... Well, it just seems clear that they really want Lomax. He's obviously... He went down there in the off-season. I saw a photo in his story. He was down at Marvel. Yep. He was obviously in Melbourne. He toured the facilities.
Oh, yeah, 100% he did.
Most likely he did. And you were saying off camera that there was some sort of...
Yeah, so the...
Rumoured agreement?
The rumour that's come out in these court documents, allegedly, is and the Eels have said this, it's alleged he reached a non-binding agreement with Melbourne on December 24th. Court documents state he exchanged text messages that day with Cameron Munster and Harry Grant regarding a potential move south.
Yeah.
So, like, this is Christmas Eve, but there's a bit of a timeline they've put together. So, December 24th is when allegedly he agreed that he would come down there. Jan 8th, Storm chairman Matt Tripp refused a player swap and instead offered $100,000 as a transfer fee, which player swap seems fair to me. Parramatta raised the prospect of taking a player, which is rumoured to be Ryan Madison, who they don't want on the books anymore. A day later, Tripp offered, so Jan 9th, he offered $200,000, rejected.
Yeah, that was pretty...
Jan 13 offered it again, rejected again.
Why don't Melbourne offer them the 2009 Premiership Trophy?
Well, our friend Troy from Talking Para, I reckon, the Para Cave podcast, I believe he put something up about storming Amy Park on March 5th to get it back. Yeah. So, Troy, good luck to you. I wish you all the best with that one. But Jan 27th, right? So, day after Aussie Day, a few sore heads recovering. Tripp allegedly verbally offered $300,000 in salary cap relief, said to be fully funded by the Storm. Don't know how they can offer salary cap relief. And then this week, which is February 15th, we filmed this, a revised $300,000 proposal, $211,000 in salary cap relief, and $89,000 as a transfer fee, presented as best and final. Documents have suggested the proposed cap relief related to Melbourne taking Madison and paying him out. So
they're trying to hurry up this whole court.
Melbourne, March 2nd it goes to court, and they reckon it'll be about a 5-day hearing. So this will still be going. They'll be battling in the courtroom when they have to battle on the field.
So the question I asked you, Geordie, is do you think Lomax will be in the purple?
No, and nor should he.
You don't reckon?
Nor should he. Not unless Melbourne offer Parramatta a reasonable trade. So I would say a reasonable trade would be a player swap. Because right now, 100%. You think about it, right? Yes, Lomax's salary is not on the books at the Eels because they've given him the conditional release. However, why should, this money that Melbourne have offered, so, go back to the $200K offer, Para can't then spend that in their salary cap. It does nothing for their salary cap.
I think Para would be very enticed to say, look, if you give us, Stefano, then, I think you can have Lomax, right?
Even a like for like. Get a winger. To be fair.
Coates.
Well,
that's...
You'd be asking for that if you're Parramatta because they wouldn't give it to you.
Well, you'd think, if you want Lomax so badly, give us Coates and just, call it a day.
Swapping Origin wingers. I know Coates is a better winger, but, to me, I just, look, and especially with that text message being sent to Abdo, it raises the question of, are teams being pushed up by the NRL? Because that's a serious concern that a lot of fans are going to have now. Because if Radinsky's going to Abdo and go, mate, put the blowtorch on him, it makes him look like he's trying to do favours for them, doesn't he?
Little mate, it's seems a bit dodgy.
It's all very dodgy, and Lomax is the dodgiest prick ever because this is a second straight contract. He's not going to try and see out.
I think that R360 just was sprinkled in his face and his eyes lit up, and now it's kind of gone. Oh well, that's not kicking off. Well,
But he has union offers. There was offers from Super Rugby in Australia, France, Japan. So he could still be going. He could still have gone to play rugby union.
Would he be making more money in with it? No, I don't think he'd be making more money at a Super Rugby team. Would he? He
could be making about the same, close to a similar amount. I think he's on about 800k. It was on 800k at Para, right? So theoretically, you look at what Suoliti's earning. You look at what Gussie's rumoured to be earning when he goes to the Tars. Like, he'd probably be on 600-700k. So, yeah, he'd lose 100, 150. But for now, I think he'll just be playing some local cricket down at Kiama. Yeah. Because that's about all he can do at the moment.
You think he's a batter or a bowler?
Well, he went down there. He played a game.
All-rounder?
He played a game down there. He batted. I don't know if he bowled, but he played a game down there in like 4th grade. It's like, bruh. Surely you're too much of an athlete to be playing 4th grade.
Oh, no, maybe he'll scrap our 360 in league and play in the Big Bash. So.
Mate, hey, Joey John's done it. Maybe that's it. Next year, I don't want the Sixers to sign him. I like the Sixers. Maybe the Thunder will sign him.
Yeah, seems right.
Send him to the Thunder. They're shit enough as is. So,
and well, speaking of, we're touching on earlier Vegas coming up. I saw, pretty sure on a potty, Peter Volandi's talking to Hello Sport. He said 2027 onwards, they want an international round 1. What do you think about that? Like round 1, I think all I heard from it, I think maybe have a game here, like one in Hong Kong, could be one in like somewhere in Dubai or London.
Theoretically, on paper, it's probably a great idea, but is it going to make you the money you want it to make, or are fans going to get pissed off at losing a home game?
Yeah.
Look, the Vegas thing, I think, has worked. I think we're showing that it's worked. A lot of people are traveling to America for it. But, is someone going to travel to Hong Kong? Maybe, probably not. Japan, yes, I could see that.
I think, those cities, Japan and Hong Kong, but, they're big on the rugby union.
Yeah.
So you float a bit of league to them, they might like it. And, look, I think with Vegas, it will take time. I think, how long are you going to go there? Until you just flog your
wasn't it
horse.
a 5-year deal?
That's what I thought, but I think now they've just going, all right, this is the last year, and then actually I think maybe they might have next year.
Yeah, because this is year 3 now, isn't it?
Yeah, they'll have next year. That's 4th, and then I think the 5th year they're going to scrap it.
Yeah, okay.
But I think in the interview he was saying I heard this from somewhere, but he was talking about when we first approached. I guess I don't know who they're approaching. People in Vegas to
someone in America
promote rugby league, right? And they're like, look, we probably have out of the population 25 million in Australia, about 6 to 7 million people watch rugby league. And they said, oh, NFL clubs have that many members. Bye bye.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're gonna have to go back and try and pitch again to the Yanks. But it's I thought the first year was good, exciting. Last year was all right, but it's going to be interesting to see how this year goes because you have, you got Dogs and Dragons and Cowboys and Knights. It's not the most exciting games.
And that's the thing, right? If you want to broadcast this, Mark, you think about that South Manly game was awesome. That Roosters Broncos game was bloody awesome. It was like a 20-14 game. They were reasonably tight, good games. Sean Kepi got busted open. So did Lachlan Croker in that South Manly game, and that got the intrigue out of the Americans. And then last year you had the Super League game, which was pretty good. It was a bit of a blowout, but it was pretty good. You had the women's game, which was 94-0, which probably would have turned some people off.
That's when it dragged out, I heard then. You couldn't even leave the stadium.
And that's the problem. Yeah, you don't get out passes there. I love the women's game. I think it's awesome. We've got to support it. We've got to grow it. But putting a 94-0 poo slinger on there isn't really great. Send the Kiwi women's team over to play the Gillaroos. Bit different. I reckon it'd be a different. You might get a 30-18 game that people are going to enjoy more.
Well, I think they've learned the lesson with that one for this.
Yeah, and that's why they've scrapped it. I think is just because that wasn't the showcase they wanted.
And wait, did you catch Jacko Hastings? Well, I think it was Saturday night in his game. Who's he playing for now? He's
St Helens.
Yeah,
so he's back over in the Super League.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook or X, and he's going at this fan. Yeah, he's put his foot over the fence. I'm going, geez, what's going on here? And he looked pretty fired up, but then obviously he reacted to the video of him going off, and wasn't it something to do? You've got it here?
Yeah, I got it here. So this is what Jacko Hastings put onto his Instagram 2 days ago. As for the video of me at the end of the game, I'll never let a grown man act like an absolute clown, say the stuff he did, and act reckless around my baby, especially over a game. Optics don't look great, but I'm a proud, protective dad before a rugby player, and her safety at all times is my only concern. His own fans got him kicked out in the end, so I appreciate them Warrington fans for doing the right thing. So you're going to presume based off that, if Warrington fans have got the guy kicked out, he's probably gone across that personal line. He's probably gone a bit hard on Jacko for something, because he got sin-binned. You know, shit happens.
Probably said it around, could have been his Hastings family. Obviously his daughter.
Misses and what.
I don't think he said anything about his family. I think it was...
It was directed at Hastings, I think, was more the issue. Not his family, but Hastings himself. But how do you feel being Dave Clemmer, right? Like, Dave Clemmer's next to him. He's over in the Super League now, and he's played with Hastings at, like, Newcastle and that. He's played with him a few joints, you know. Played with him at the Tigers. It's no secret. Hastings have been told to fuck off from the Roosters, Manly, Tigers, Newey.
Bit of a journeyman.
He's a bit of a journeyman, but he's back over in St. Helens. He's back over in the Super League, so maybe that's it. Maybe he's just a good English Super League player, because he seems to be told to piss off a lot from the New South Wales and Australian clubs.
Yeah, I think, look, he's over there at the minute, and with Clemmer as well, so I mean, he was getting into it last night.
Clemmer was pulling him back. You reckon Clemmer was just like, holy crap, mate, are you serious? I got to deal with this again?
Yeah, it's I remember the days of like 2016 to 18 Origin Clemmer. He was a beast, dude.
Crazy eyes.
Now he's slowing up. Oh yeah.
You remember? You know who he kind of reminded me of? And maybe it was the bald head, O'Mealy.
Yeah,
O'Mealy in those early to mid 2000s, but taller. O'Mealy was shorter and a bit more boom.
O'Mealy with like Ozempic. he's a bit skinnier
and stretched by the horse carriage.
Yeah, no, it's but yeah, and then obviously the Bronx over in England as well at the minute.
Oh, yeah,
they're versing Hull.
Yep.
I think that's going to be on this Friday coming up. I'm not sure what time. Could be in the morning. Could be an early one.
I think it's a midnight game for us. Something stupid.
I think. I know in the past, Penrith. Did Penrith win any of their World?
No.
So they went.
No one has won a World Club Challenge since the Roosters in early 2020.
Yeah, and they went over to England.
Yeah.
And I think they were wearing, I think if my memory's right, they had Fire Brigade.
They had the RFS jerseys, yeah.
Yeah, so what? So Penrith, Penrith on the comp, they didn't play because of the COVID. Oh, I think they just didn't.
Melbourne won in 20. They didn't play because of 21 COVID. It got scrapped.
Yeah.
All of Penrith wins, they have never beaten the English team. Including St. Helens coming to Penrith. First time the Super League team came to Australia since, what would have been 2014, I think we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, when the Roosters played at Allianz.
And they still got done by a field goal, actually by Lewis Dodd, which is funnily enough.
Yeah, Lewis had his little stint down at South. Yeah. So I think he got hard done by it.
I think he was too. Bennett was a bitch to him. Didn't give him a chance.
Yeah, it's I think Bronx. I think they'll turn it on by plenty if they could just carry their form in from that final series.
Yeah, but
you reckon it'll be a bit of a tight one? Different conditions, very cold at the minute.
I think you can't underplay the conditions and how they work for the Super League, but also, you know, for most of these Broncos guys, this will be their first actual proper game that they're playing. Whereas Hull have already played 2 proper games plus preseason, and that's the thing you got to remember. Like, this is, you know, we're playing this round 2 for the English Super League. Their guys are a bit more match fit than the NRL guys. Like, there's only so much you can do opposed sessions and that compared to match fitness.
Yeah, and I think look, if Reece Walsh, if he just turns it on, like
if being the operative word,
yeah, I think his last game of league was in England for Australia. So
yeah, it was,
and he was on fire during that series.
But how will Hakeem do?
Well, yes, Hakeem the Dream Haas. That's it. He's changed his name, formerly Payne Haas.
Yeah, but no, he hasn't legally changed it, so he's still technically Payne Haas.
Right, so
it's just one of those
Instagram.
He just wants to be called Hakeem, even though he's legally still Payne.
I think it rolls off the tongue.
Hakeem the Dream.
Hakeem the Dream Haas, and Look, hopefully the name doesn't backfire when he goes to South next year.
Hopefully it does. Hopefully, he goes there and they still miss the 8.
Because, I think South's... Well, that came out that obviously he's changed his name, but signing with Souths, that was... I think it was last Sunday. It was a very quiet afternoon, and all of a sudden, bang, it was... he's just signed with South Sydney, and it shocked me.
Well, it kind of... If some of the things that we're hearing are true, it kind of makes sense. That apparently he told his... manager, I want to sign with South.
Well,
so if that's the case, that explains why it was so quiet, because it wasn't an open market thing of, hey guys, who wants Payne? Payne has said, I want to go to South, which is very interesting though, because his contract has a get out clause after the 27 season if Wayne Bennett's no longer the coach. We all know PNG's coming in 28. Latrell's off contract, Murray's off contract, Jaiaro's off contract. Could you imagine seeing all those boys move up to PNG with Bennett? Under Michael Shamus up there. Now he's been announced as the new chief.
Well, they were talking about it. I mean, if that's a goal of Bennett's to do another club, then sure. Will Latrell follow him? I don't know.
Well, Latrell was talking about retiring at the end of this contract at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah. Depends if he stays match fit. But I don't know. I think even Michael Shamus, that's a bit of a risk as well. Like he's going to have to try and pull a few strings in. I think he is. I remember Volandis was saying he originally first started working at the NRL, not in, it was in the digital department, but still, he's gone back there now. But in terms of working for the Chiefs,
I kind of like it though.
It's different.
It's a left field decision, and I think we've already proven Michael Shamus isn't going to take shit through his work with Channel 9, 100% footy.
Oh, when he went against Gus, that was
brilliant.
Rugby league theatre.
Mate, greatest thing I saw last year. Greatest thing I saw, apart from South not making the 8. But that
was nice.
It was nice, wasn't it? But I just think he could be the right guy as long as he's supported well. So he has the right team around him. And that's what it's going to come down to. He gets a good team, a good coach, he's got good opportunities.
Well, let's just say, hypothetically, Wayne signs a 2-year deal, PNG, and he doesn't bring in his South players with him. Say the South players stay. Who are 3 players Wayne's going to try and go for? I don't know what players are on contracts or whatever, but who do you think he would target?
I'd have to have a look how long he signed at Perth for, but Tyron Wishart would be one.
Yeah,
young guy, can play in the halves, fullback, hooker. I think if Wayne does it, he'll do what he done at the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He won't get those massive, stupidly big names, but what he will get is guys that'll work hard, set a tone, and lead the team well.
I think, I would, if I was him, I'd be looking at Ponga.
Yeah.
I think he'd be electric up there.
Ponga's off contract 26 or 27? 27.
Would have to look that one up. Whoever's watching right now, maybe could search that one up for us.
Shoot us a link.
Yeah, and he would be good. I don't know. I think I was gonna say Tino, but he's locked up with Goldie now for a while. Yeah, maybe someone like Stefano.
Yeah, Stefano Utukumano.
Yeah, it just raises so many questions though. How's this PNG team gonna work? Players gonna be offered a resort, tax-free contracts. That's what I heard.
And that's where it gets dangerous, right? Because if you're offering tax-free, right, then you actually have an unfair advantage over the rest of the NRL, right? Because let's say theoretically, so Latrell's on 1.1 now, right? That's South. So that 1.1, by the time taxes get taken out, you've lost a fair chunk of that. But then you're getting 1.1 in PNG, you're getting 1.1.
It's enticing.
It's enticing. But again, I think it was it Cam Murray who said it? Or it might have been someone else. I read it somewhere. I can't remember the player. But they're like, you'd be dumb not to consider it at least because there's no tax bite of it. It'd be interesting to know if the ATO takes a bite out of it. Because obviously
they'd love to take a bite of it.
Bite
out of it.
They'd love to
take a bite out of ours,
mate. As Kerry Packer famously said, every Australian should minimise how much tax they pay because you blokes aren't spending it well.
Yep.
So it'd be interesting to know that side of things. Whether there are tax breaks if Yeah, but it'd be so enticing.
It would be interesting, even the Perth Bears. I'm excited to see how that gets up next year.
Yeah, I'm curious.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
Do you think in 10 years' time, it's 2036, do you think any clubs will go under? If Titans keep up their shit form, you reckon they'll be around in 10 years' time?
I think the thing with the Titans is now that Matty Johns is up there, I think that'll actually be a major change in the club. With all the infighting that's happened, I genuinely have concerns around the Tigers. Because they need each other to survive, right? Because if one goes, you're losing half of it. Like
one's got all the fans.
One's got all the fans, one's got all the money.
Correct. Yeah.
What would you prefer, fans to pay you or money to hopefully keep you alive until you run out of it?
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I think West would be the only club I'm genuinely worried about. St. George, those poor fans keep putting themselves through it every year, so well done to them. Same with Gold Coast. West would be my team. If someone had to fold, I'd say Wests. I just think there's too many issues internally there.
It'd be a sad day for the Tigers folklore, but there's always a lot of other Western Sydney teams that could jump on the back of.
Well, that's the thing.
But I feel like they wouldn't. I feel like they'd be like, oh, all right, I'm not going to go for a team. I mean, look like Newtown, if you're a Newtown Jets fan or if you're a Bears fan, but no, obviously they're going to be back soon anyway.
Yep.
You just be like, oh, I'll watch rugby league, but my team's not in the comp anymore, type of thing.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? Like, if you look at West, the closest team is Penrith. So, like...
you you're surrounded by your Bulldogs, your Para.
Yeah, there's some Dogs fans out there. There's a few Para out there, but Penrith is theoretically your closest team. Straight down the northern road from Campbelltown. Talking Campbelltown here, not fucking Concord. If you're getting into that inner west shit, then you're getting into your Paras and even into your city. But I don't know, man. Like, as
long as the Roosters stay around, that's all that matters, right?
Mate, one club. The only club every season. South claim we've been here since 1908. They forget about that 2-year holiday they took. And then came back with a couple of wooden spoons, which was really nice. Yeah. Thanks, Brian Fletcher.
They got the best years of Brian Fletcher as well. So.
Yeah, they got the greatest years of Brian Fletcher.
What I want to touch on now, some of the rule changes coming in to this year. You were speaking earlier about so now... If a team's in their own 20 metres, then they can get a penalty, right?
Yeah.
Instead of a 60 again, which originally used to be your 40-metre line.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it?
I don't like it. Like,
do you think it's just going to? I can see the NRLs. They just want the game to be faster, less stoppages. But I think we're at the right point right now.
I thought being within your own 40 and getting a penalty was good, because then once you hit that halfway, it's just all 60 games. Yeah. What's going to happen? 100% guarantee it. Is any sort of broken play, that first set, as soon as they're just outside their 20, hold them down, sweet, got the 6 again, sweet, everyone's set, let's go. And that's not in the spirit of the game. That's not in the spirit of the rules. Like, that's looking to circumvent the rules. I think having it at the 40 was perfect. I think the 20, I don't like it. The one rule I kind of like, but I'm also not sure of yet is... So if you knock it on in the in-goal trying to score a try, it's no longer a 7-tackle set.
Right. So if a player, he goes to score, he drops it, then team gets 7-tackle set.
Well, not anymore. So you used to.
So what's it now? So
you used to get the 20-minute restart and it would be a 7-tackle set.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Now it is a normal 6-tackle set. So you lose that extra tackle. Which I kind of like to an extent because it encourages taking the risk to score a try, but also don't like it because then where's the reward for great defense for the team defending?
Yeah, it's the one that obviously didn't get up, pretty controversial.
I don't like it.
Was the kickoff rule, which
it's fucking dumb.
I think they're going to be testing it the back end of the year for teams that can't make the 8. So you're probably looking at the last 4 or 5 rounds, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what. So the teams get the option. Like, you want to receive or kick?
I think it's the team that concedes the try gets to choose, right?
No, I think it's the team that scores the try.
Oh, the team that scores the try.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking as the team that concedes. We'd have to triple check these because, like, my thing was if it's a team that because at the moment, the team that scores gets the ball back, right? Pretty simple. Yeah. So theoretically, I get they're trying to stop the blowout games where let's say what was it, Storm versus Parrot or West last year where they scored 60.
Oh yeah. Well,
Parramatta had to keep kicking, but at the end of the day, if you can't make 6 tackles without them going 100 meters, your club has its own issues.
Even if they change the right, I think most teams will I'll receive it.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? If you're in a comeback, because this is why I thought it was a team that conceded that got to choose, because
maybe check it.
Yeah, hang on. Let me check it. Let me just check it because my argument is proposed around what it is. Proposed kickoff rule. Don't we love having technology?
Oh man, it's good.
The non-scoring team having the option of kicking off or receiving. So the team that concedes.
Well, there you go. There you go.
All right, let's say theoretically, how many times in NRL world have we seen like teams score a last-minute try off a kickoff or like that set of 6, right? So theoretically, if I'm the Roosters and we're leading 24-18 against Melbourne and there's 2 minutes left on the clock and Melbourne have just scored, obviously, so we're going back. If I'm the Roosters, I'm receiving that and I'm going to waste that 2 minutes. I'll slow play the balls, everything. I'll kick the ball out, do everything to slow it down, which takes away that grandstand finish. And because Melbourne have scored that try, they deserve the ball back, right? Yes, they can go for a short kickoff, but let's be fair, short kickoffs, percentage-wise...
You're looking at, 40%?
Yeah, I don't see that. I would rather my team kick it to them and go, now you've got to get through us. If they get through us to tie it up, well done. If they don't, that's it. But the team who conceded... Like, every time you're going to go, no, I want to receive. I want to receive. Because you're always going to want the ball in your hands.
Yeah. Right. That makes sense now. Yeah, look, obviously they'll test it in the year, so we'll see how that plays out.
I don't like it.
When Dragons versus Souths, something around 23, they can test it. But, I mean, when you look at other sports, like, AFL, okay, Swan score a goal. It's like, all right, back in the middle, it's pretty even, Stephen, for both teams.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the bounce anymore. They're throwing it up, which that's like that to them. That's like if in the NRL they just got rid of the kickoff.
Well, that's the thing, right? You can't get rid of the kickoff. And this discussion happened after Anzac Day 2 years ago, where Sully got knocked the fuck out by JWH because he decided to put his head into Jared's arm.
Yeah, no, you would. Yeah, it's not a wise thing.
That's the thing. Like, and they floated the idea of like doing it. Even, if you watch the NFL now, the way they do kickoffs, so you've got your kicker back on, say, like wherever they take the kick from. I can't remember exactly which line it is. Then you have the defensive line and the offensive line lined up, and then you have 2 guys to receive back play. Those defensive players can't move until the receiver catches the ball.
Yeah.
Right? Even then, I still don't like it because you take out you guys like Spencer Leniu, Lindsay Collins, James Fisher-Harris, Mitch Barnett, like those big, bulky forwards, Leo Thompson, Trey Mooney, who just get that ball off the back fence and go, fuck, let's go. My fastest, your fastest.
That's rugby league.
Look at it today. Was it Shaq Mitchell with that first hit up in the Indigenous? Royce Hunt, JFH, all those boys in him and just crush him.
What about last week? Josh Curran? No, sorry, not Josh Curran. He was at the Roosters when Broncos, and he took this run up. God, his name's I'm forgetting his name now. But it was against the Bronx? Who was it against? It was the Doggies trial game. And he talked shit about the Chooks when he left.
Oh, Fletcher Baker.
Yeah.
That dipshit. I'm going to a better club, but I'm going to be playing reserve grade.
Dude, that bloke, he fucking ran off that back fence and just got folded.
I know, it's so good watching him get folded, honestly.
But that's just what you enjoy. Like, you with your mates, you're watching the footy, you're like, fuck, here's the kickoff. Like, you watch the kickoff, you want to see what's going to happen, right?
Imagine having a State of Origin game without a proper kickoff.
What are they going to do? Like, It's just
Here, have a 20-meter tap.
they don't want to. I think they don't want to get too. The NRL doesn't want to get too pretty. I think now, like I think we're at a nice spot where I think majority of fans enjoy the 6 again. The pace of the game's good. It's where it's at. Like you don't want to get too carried away. I reckon.
I don't look. I will always stand by. I don't mind the 6 again. The thing I don't like about the 6 again is there's no accountability for the 6 again, and my issue with the 6 again will always be inconsistencies. At least with penalties, there is consistency. The only one there's ever really inconsistency with is high tackles, where you like some refs will go, "Oh, he hit the ball first and went up. It's fine." The NRL did their best to stamp that out and just go, any contact is a penalty. That's fine.
How annoying is it? Like you're at the game when the Chook found something. Roosters on their line. Ding ding ding, ding ding ding.
But then
and then sometimes you ask, it's like, what the fuck was that for?
But that's the thing. Like I love that they come up like inside 10, ruck infringement, something so that we know.
Infringement.
I love when they go like you hear the too slow call, and then 20 minutes later you'll be down the other end. The tackle will go hard, like double the time, nothing, and you're sitting there going, what the fuck? And that's where I mean consistency. Like refs should have a count in their head that they've called held 1, 2, 3. Bang, 6 again. But then sometimes it's like held 1, 2, 3, up to 70. Oh, nah, it's fine, boys. Let's keep going. It's got to be consistent. I know we spoke about this with Liv last year, but get the fucking consistency and people wouldn't complain about it.
It'll be interesting to see how the refs go in 2026. And
well, we've had our first ref injury for the year as well.
Yeah, that was funny.
Adam G.
Suspected a little bit of a tightness in his hammy.
Came off with hamstring tightness. First ref change of the year, and it's already the trials.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
Well, talking about changes, I was thinking about this when watching the game earlier, and I reckon we scrap all the preseason, the trials,
yes.
right? This is what I reckon. Scrap it. No, like I just think like it's a bit of background noise. Round 1 is when the NRL starts. It's like, oh, footy's back, blah blah blah. But you want your young boys to have a run. Bring back the 9s. Bring back the 9s. I don't care where you play it. Play it at CommBank and Parra. They had it in Perth.
Take it around.
Take it around. Take it up to Townsville. I mean, God, it'd be bloody hot up there. But they had it in Auckland 9s. Like, that was mad. And some of the teams would wear singlets. And then, yeah, it was good. I remember the days back when Brad Fittler.
Oh, yeah.
I think that could have been the first or second year of Auckland 9s. Because I think they went for about 4 years.
And it was great. It gave the backs a chance to get their feet under them. The halves got a bit of work in on playmaking, but it was open field, exciting football. You'd have 1 or 2 forwards on the field. That was it.
Yeah.
It was open field, exciting football.
Your players are still getting a run.
18-minute games.
So, we've won the preseason challenge. Like,
you got $100.
Yeah.
Good. $100,000. Good job.
And to a club, that's not that much.
$100,000. They wipe their ass with that. Let's be fair. Like seriously, they spend that on strapping tape.
At the Roosters, they wouldn't even bother wiping their ass with $100,000.
Nick could go, oh, thanks for that. There's my beer money for tonight.
Yeah. I just think bring back the Auckland 9s. I think. Oh look, the Charity Shield last night. The crowd was so big there. Like that's losing its touch a bit. I think.
Breaking some records there.
I think it'd be good to bring back. Maybe let's have a. I don't know. Adelaide 9s. I don't know. But PNG 9s.
Take it around. Make it a roadshow every year. So, Auckland
Darwin
year.
9s.
Well, I think you've got to be careful of Darwin and Townsville because of the heat.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that will hurt you. But, go to Auckland 1 year and then come back to Sydney and then next year go to Hamilton like they were in today. Like, take it around a bit.
I think, 9s and the All-Stars game.
I reckon you would get more people wanting to travel for the 9s than Magic Round. Yeah. And I say that because the 9s is just such a fun thing. Well, it's very much a family thing.
Yeah. I remember heaps of people would go over the ditch and watch it back when it was pumping. But
back in the old days.
Yeah, I remember, Chooks, they were... And they made... I think they had a bit of fun with the jerseys as well. I have a fair few Auckland 9 jerseys.
Remember that blue one they wore in 2017?
Yeah,
that was hot. Love that.
Yeah, like a young Connor Watson wearing that back in the day. Latrell Mitchell back in the day. Who else was there?
Back when Latrell was fit.
Yeah. But But yeah, I mean, look, we could go on for days about scheduling, and I'm sure we'll dive into it when Origin pops up again.
I do agree with you, though. They need to bring the nines back.
And, well, I mean, speaking of Auckland, before we wrap things up, mate, they're getting Origin next year. Would you be enticed for a boys trip over there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of it.
I would rather go to Origin in Auckland than Suncorp or Accor. Because I reckon that will... Because, like, all right, let's be fair, right? Look at the amount of New Zealand influence in both Origin teams. Mostly Queensland, but both teams.
Yeah.
You know, New South Wales have 2 or 3. Queensland normally have about 8 or 9 that were born there. I just think rugby league in New Zealand, they go crazy. For a state of origin game,
growing.
Doing it at like Eden Park, somewhere big.
Yeah, it's got to be at Eden Park.
Yeah, which I think Eden Park is like, I could be wrong, but I think it's close to 50,000.
Yeah, or maybe even about 60, I reckon.
Like, you know, it's bigger than Suncorp. I know that. I'm pretty confident of saying that. And look, Suncorp's great. Accor is Accor. When you get 80,000 people there, it's fucking amazing, but that's about it.
I haven't been... Oh, look, I think you said Auckland. I think Brisbane would be up there.
Oh, Brisbane would be cool.
I haven't been to an Origin at Brisbane, but...
Maybe we need to do that. Origin in Brisbane. Brisbane.
Yeah.
Brisbane. Oh, we're going to Brisbane.
Maybe, yeah, we'll go Brisbane. We'll go Brisbane, we'll go Auckland. Or
just go to all 3.
Maybe. But that would be good. Auckland would be nice. And then who knows where they take it after that? Like,
I like the idea of 2 in Australia, 1 in New Zealand every year. Personal opinion. I don't think...
like you was just saying, like you got to think of the Kiwi influence now. The amount of Kiwis... And it's like, I've heard people say, it should only be played in New South Wales or Queensland. And I reckon those days are gone, I think, now. I think you got to have one game where you got to throw it. Well, they've thrown it around a few cities. Because that's where the NRL is going to be making their dollars.
Look, Melbourne's pretty good, but I don't like it being played at the MCG purely because of the size.
This year. Yeah, I mean, God, they're playing NFL there, and that's a smaller field.
Yeah, smaller field, but your sidelines will still be packed with all 53 players and all 3,000 support staff. Shout out to the Rams and 49ers, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. That Jared Hayne influence is still there.
Yeah, 49ers.
But like, I like the idea of a game being in New Zealand, and I think if they get good numbers, it will become a recurring thing.
For sure, it'll be good. And a boys trip there would be mad. It would be. I think they're looking at a Sunday Arvo game. I think Sunday Arvo here, but it would be their night.
Yeah, so
I think so.
Do like a 4 p.m. Sunday Arvo here, which is what 6 p.m. over there.
And who knows if they can tie things in well, they could probably have a Saturday game in Auckland of like a Samoa Tonga.
You basically bringing back the old your representative weekend, and then the guys that didn't get picked for New South Wales can play the old City Country again. Yeah,
God, the old City Country. I probably couldn't even string a sentence together when that was played. That was so many years ago.
I get that like it lost its vibe because a lot of people stopped supporting it, but I loved it because that was your selection game for Origin. If you didn't play for Australia or New Zealand, that was your chance to get selected.
Yeah. And
good old days.
Good old days, mate. Rugby league. I was watching. I was coming back home from work, and I was just on the old TikTok. It was like top 50 moments of Ray Warren's commentary, and geez, there was some good moments. Age shall not worry them when Freddie Fittler scored against the Saints on Anzac Day.
Tore his quads and hammies and calves and everything in his legs.
I think number one. Unless some kid probably made this on TikTok. He ranked number 1 was JT's. Around the top 3, but JT when he kicked the field goal.
To win the comp for Cowboys. Yeah, and that's fair. That it's funny though. Like, look, don't get me wrong. That was a great game of footy and everything, but the main thing that will always stick in my head from that game is Ben Hunt. And then, did you ever hear the stories of what happened between him and Alfie Langer the next day?
No.
So that night, Bennett was because obviously Bennett was coaching the Broncos then.
Yeah.
Bennett like consoled the shit out of him, like got him okay. Like Hunt was on watch, like he was really distraught. Fair enough, he dropped the grand final, and then he's getting on the plane the next day. Alfie Langer's handing out beers, and Ben Hunt dropped it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, and Langer turned around and goes, "That's 2 in 2 days, mate." Apparently, Hunt was crying the whole flight home.
Right, that's brutal. That's fucking brutal, man.
I think it's fucking awesome, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's the sort of shit mates do to you.
I mean, what, 2 days after the GF?
It was the day after. He'd been up all night. Bennett had been consoling him. He'd be like, obviously he was crying and upset, which fair enough. He dropped the grand final, but yeah. Then to get hit by Alfie Langer.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Good old Alfie. I think
5 more songs.
He can smile now, Benny Hunt.
He's won his ring. He got his redemption. He didn't drop a ball.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for tuning in to the podcast. We'll be back next week, and before you know, mate, Feb will be gone. March.
Bring on March, baby.
Back.
Bring on the Kiwis or the Warriors in Kiwi land.
Yeah, that round 1 will be.
Round 1.
Who knows? Hopefully we'll get a big win, but the Roosters are...
See how we go.
All right, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. From Jody and I, it's goodbye.
Have a great night, guys.